Hello everyone, Catweazle here, welcome to the channel and welcome back to our playthrough of Gloom of Kilforth and the Marquis of Pain, where we're going to do episode 6, but this is episode 6 part 2 because I did episode 6 earlier on today and I made alright balls of it, so I had to I uploaded it and then I realised I'd made a huge error. So apologies to those of you who've already seen episode 6, but I've had to delete it because there was a massive error in it and I couldn't see a way of getting past it. Completely my fault. What we'll do is we'll go through the errors from the previous turn anyway, and then I'll mention what I did wrong and why I had to completely redo episode 6. So here we are, pretend it's the start of the proper episode 6. What did I do wrong last time? Well, I did a couple of things wrong last time. First of all, it was the find cure. Remember, we did this, we did the study part of it, we got a success, and I took it into my hand as a rumour. Well, we didn't have a success, because although it's one study on there, we have the necropolis. So we needed 3 successes, so we didn't pass this at all. So that's easy to fix. That just goes back down here. The one that isn't easy to fix is pouring rain. That was a couple of turns ago, and I just read it wrong. I thought it was if you had more than 2 action points, then you lose an action point. It's 2 or more. So there were a couple of occasions. There was occasion, I think, where we had 2 action points and I should have lost another one. I didn't do that. This has now been discarded, so unfortunately I've got to let this one ride, but sorry about that. My fault. Should have read the card better. So we'll put that back over there. Another minor error I made last turn, I did mention it in the sort of text going across the screen. I should have veiled Hunter. We were still at Spire Tor and we could have got an extra hit point, but I didn't because I'm a donut. So put that there. Now, what was the huge error? Well, Ahmed mentioned that if you've actually got a item that is an asset, you don't have to spend it. If you've got an asset and it's got a keyword, you don't have to chuck it away. You can do. You can chuck it away and get half the gold value for it, but you can keep it as well. And he mentioned that. I thought, oh, fantastic, the hammer. I can keep the hammer. So I did the whole of episode 6 with the hammer, but I couldn't keep the hammer because I didn't use the hammer to actually complete a saga. I used the hammer. I had to discard the hammer because that's how I got the Seeker of Pain. Idiot. So I levelled up and everything, completed a saga, the whole shebang. Consequently, that episode that I did was just complete rubbish. It's not even a case of, you know, I could have rolled it back a bit and messed around or whatever. It's just easier to totally redo the turn. So anybody who watched that episode that has subsequently been deleted, I do apologise because it was a load of twaddle. So I just thought it easier to set everything up like it was at the end of of episode 5 and just do it again. I think there were only about 23, 24 views when I did that, so apologies to all 24 of you who watched that in error. Completely my fault. I was just totally away with the fairies. Ahmed was right. You don't have to spend a card that's an asset if you're using the keyword, but you do have to spend a card that's an asset if you have to sacrifice it, and that's what I did. I sacrificed it for the Seeker of Pain. So I'm starting again, and hopefully I'll do it right, or if I do make an error, it won't be such an absolutely monumental one as that was. So again, apologies to anybody who watched episode 6 before I deleted it. Hopefully, this episode 6 will be fine. Right, we'll put our standee back where she should be, over there. And I think we are right now and ready to go. I think I'm up to date. Okay, so it is time for the daylight phase. And here we are at the daylight phase of turn 9. Okay, what to do? Well, I think the first thing that we've got to do is check for enemies. There are no enemies, so that is fine. Then we can get our action points back. And then, just before we start spending those, we are going to Veil Hunter, and we're going to get ourselves a hit point back. Brilliant. So we've now got 4 hit points, but we've only got 3 action points. What to do with our action points? Well, I think we will have a go at the quest. So we've got 3 action points now to do it. I could head off towards Thorpe, for example, or I could go to Sprawl City and try and buy an item like I was going to do before I made my error with the Thunderhammer. But Besiege City, it cost us a gold to go in and a gold to come out. And up here at Thorpe, well, it takes us too long to get there. Besiege City is going to go at the end of this turn, yeah? Because it's only out for 1 turn, so why don't we just wait for it to go? We need to do something while we're waiting for it to go, so we may as well do the quest. So that's what we're going to do. Oh, one other thing. I did take the gold that I got for the quest. I took that off. We're back down to 7, so I did take that off. Right, so we are going to confront the quest card. We know it takes 3 successes. So here we go. And let's see if we can get 3 successes. Come on, Cassandra. That's 2 successes. That is an excellent start. And am I glad? Because during the deleted episode 6, I managed to get this. So here we go. We're going to confront the card again. And we get another 2 successes. So we've absolutely killed that top banana. Brilliant. Get rid of that. This time we solve the quest legally, so that's great news. So we've got a rumour card, find cure. We just pop that there. That is fabulous. Cassandra could go back on Spire Tor, and oh, we do get that gold now. So we are back up to 8 gold. Great. Now we have 1 action left. What are we going to do? Well, it's not much point as going into the Besieged City because it'll cost us a gold. And we don't want to spend a gold, we want to save gold. So we're going to stay at Spire Tor. And I think what we'll do is we'll just hide. There are darkness cards that cause you a bit of problem if you don't hide. So we'll hide just in case. Not too bothered about Spire Tor being in Gloom, because it's a mountain location and we do have the Hunter card, so we should be able to get that hit point back. So there we are, we've hidden ourselves. That is the end of our action points. What are we going to do now? We are going to camp. That is the end of the daylight phase, so let's move on to the night phase. And here we are at the night phase. Are we in Gloom? We are in Gloom. So we lose that. And after that, it means we get a rather funky night card. So let's do that. Oh, my rubbish shuffling. And what do we get? A Clannish Rally. So that's, what's that, 4 study, 3 influence. Quest. Place this quest at the Blessed Grove. The time has come to unite the Wild Claw tribes against the oncoming darkness. So the Blessed Grove, bloody hell, the Blessed Grove falls into Gloom. Where's that? Oh right, it's down here. So pop that there. Well, actually what we'll do is we'll pop it there in a moment because it's got to fall to Gloom first. So let's turn it over, put it on its Gloom side, and there we go. So the Blessed Grove has gone to Gloom, and we have got a Clannish Rally that is going on there. Excellent. Is there anything else for us to do? Yes, we've got to take the hidden token off, so we'll get rid of that. And we'll pop Cassandra back to Spire Tor. Anything other than that, we didn't get a stranger, so we don't have to do an obstacle. Blessed Grove isn't a mountain location, so we don't have to do a plot card. So I think that is it for the night phase. Okay, let's move on to day 10. And here we are at day 10. So what do we get to do? We refresh that card for a start, and we get our action points back, so we still only got 3 action points. And we're going to do our deed again, because we are still at Spire Tor, so we will get a hit point back, so we go up to 4. But one of the good things is, now that it's daybreak, the besieged city has gone, so we've gotten rid of that, and it means we can get into Sprawl City without paying any gold. Is there anything else for us to do? No, it's straight to action points. So let's spend one, and we're going to spend one to move, and we are going to move into Sprawl City. So we've moved back to Sprawl City. For our second action, we still need an item. So for our second action, we are going to visit the markets. So we'll get the item deck, because that's what we want. We will give it a shuffle. And because we're not chucking the card away, thanks to Ahmed letting me know that you don't have to chuck items away if they are in your hand, we will pick the top 3 and we'll have a look at them. Our first one is a flight draft. Item potion. Deed sacrifice. Relocate to any location. This concoction allows the imbiber to travel great distances by bestowing mystical wings. Landing in time is strictly optional. Ooh. So, we've got a potion. I'm not too sure about that. I don't like the fact that you've got to sacrifice it, to be honest. Necklace of wealth. Item jewellery. Gain 1 gold. Iskra's fortune referred to the magnificent necklace itself. Its worth is hard to measure, but the value others see in its wearer is incalculable. Very good. So, and it's a veil, so you can keep getting 1 gold. That is interesting. That's took over from flight draft, because gold's always good. But ooh, doom shield, item armor, deed sacrifice. When you would lose 1 or more hit points, prevent all of that hit point loss. Ooh. No one had ever managed to trace the manufacture of the Doomguard's armour. Its unnatural strength suggests otherworldly origins. I'm wondering whether to keep this. This would be really useful, you know, against the Ancient if you got a really big hit in. So I'm just wondering. No, we won't take it. We'll keep the one where we can get tons of gold. And then we can always buy something else, can't we? There is other armour that we can have. So we're going to spend 3. And we're going to take the Necklace of Wealth. The good thing about that is spending 3 means we still have 5 gold left. So we spend 3, get rid of that. And we have an item that we don't have to chuck away because it's an asset. Buying it makes it an asset immediately. So thanks again for clarifying that, Ahmed. Right, so we have done that and we have got 1 action left. Now we could move out of here because it's in gloom, because we're not going to be able to get our hit point back because Hunter only works in mountains and we're not in a mountain location. But I would rather, you know, regale and achieve chapter 2. Sorry, you can tell that I made a mistake last turn because I've got chapter 3 up there. But I'd rather do chapter 2. You know, get rid of it and then let's move on to chapter 3. So that's what I'm going to do. We are going to regale. So there we go. We're going to regale and spend 5 gold. So we are now completely brassic. Although, oh, I can, as a deed, I'm actually gonna... We're gonna use our necklace of wealth as a deed and get one back. But it's still got the item keyword. So we've got the item keyword from that asset. We've got stranger from the monk. And we've got enemy from the Seeker of Pain. That means we have achieved chapter 2. So now we will have a look at chapter 3. The number of creatures flocking to the enemy's mountain stronghold increases by the day. If you are to stand against them and free the people, you must race to gather all the help you can and destroy their keep before any more reinforcements arrive to bolster the enemy's strength. Directions to a secret entrance into the fortress are protected by an evil beast, along with a powerful item that may be of great use to you. So we have to spend 5 gold as normal, a regale action as normal, and the keywords we require are item, quest and ally. Now we've got quest and we've got item. Brilliant. All we need next is an ally. That's not too bad either, because we've got the cleric up here. Remember, if we can influence the cleric, she comes into our hand as a rumour, and we can actually discard the card to get an ally. That means we forego the gold that's on the card, but it's the ally that we want, and then we can, you know, run around looking for 5 gold. If we keep, even if we just keep veiling the necklace of wealth, we'll be getting a gold each turn. So I think I made the right choice picking that, actually. Right, so that is chapter 3. We'll move our quest card over here, because that is a needed keyword. And we've popped that over there. The other thing we've got to do, now we've passed that, is we need to level up. So we will get an extra health. Not for long, because we're in a gloom location, but for the time being, we're up to 5. Remember, our total health is actually 6, because we've completed 2 of our saga chapters, but we're a bit beat up at the moment. So we've done that. Next thing we need is skills. So we've got 2 level 2 skills to pick from. And we can either be killer, which gives us +1 fight, or we can be a trekker, which means as a deed we can veil this card and gain an extra movement. That's pretty good, but we're a warrior. The whole idea is we beat stuff to death. So we're going to take killer. We'll put that down here next to hunter, and we'll discard trekker up here. Very good. Okay, so that is that. I think we have finished the daylight phase now. We're all up to date. And there's nothing left to do but camp here at Sprawl City. So let's move into the night phase. And here we are at the night phase. So what have we got to do? We've got to check whether we're in a gloom location. We are in a gloom location, so we lose a hit point. We don't lose an additional action point because we've got more hit points than action points, so we're fine there. And having done that, next up is a laugh and chuckle card. So let's get the night deck and see what's going to come out here. And we get an abyssal gate. That doesn't sound good. So 4 fight, 1 sneak. Oh, it's an enemy. It's got 4 hit points. Enemy demon. Revealed. Place this enemy at Lost Forest. The fabric of the veil has been torn asunder, issuing forth ungodly spawn. Lost Forest goes into gloom, and this goes there. But we've got an enemy card out should we need one. After scrabbling around for them for so long, I bet they start coming out left, right and centre now. So Lost Forest is... Where's the Lost Forest? It's the Shrouded Glade. Oh, it's where the font is, the curative font. So yeah, if we get a bit beat up, we can always use the curative font, can't we? So Lost Forest. So there we are. as we'll have to fight an enemy first, we'll put the enemy card above the curative font card. And we'll pop it over here. Abyssal Gate, nasty. Okay, so we've popped that in there. That's waiting for us over there. What else have we got to do? Are we hidden? No, we're not hidden, so we don't have to take anything there. So that's pretty much it for the night phase, and that's pretty much it for this episode. What I'll quickly do is I'll just so I remember, because it'll be a day before I play this again, it'll be tomorrow, I'll refresh Hunter and refresh the Necklace of Wealth, because they'll refresh in the morning, so we've got those ready to rock and roll. Okay, so that's that, and oh, we will get an extra action point as well, because we've got 4 health points here, so we're back up to 4 action points. That's good. Yes, right, so that's it. So good. Well, that was a bit of a laugh. I do apologise once again for anybody who saw the original episode 6, but I did keep the Thunder Hammer, and I'd just forgotten that I'd used it to pay for the, what is it, the Seeker of Pain, which meant obviously I couldn't keep it. I just got mixed up and thought I'd used it to finalise a saga when I hadn't. Obviously, with that hammer in my hand all the way through, it just made a mockery of the whole episode. That's why I decided to delete it. I couldn't really roll it back. I just thought the best thing to do was to go back to the start of episode 6 and just redo it. But it's worked out okay. I was thankful I still passed the quest, because in the original episode 6 I rolled quite well, but fortunately I rolled well again and we got it again, which means it's up there and it's counting towards chapter 3 at the moment. I like the Necklace of Wealth, that's a really good find, and yes, we still managed to move on to chapter 3, and pretty good, yes. We're quite healthy, we've got quite a few action points back, and we can look to get ourselves an ally, because we already have item, we already have quest. We'll need some gold, but hopefully we can pick that up anyway, and but an ally is the most important thing, I reckon. So that is the end of episode 6. Apologies to anybody who'd watched the previous episode 6 again. Really sorry, I just couldn't carry on because it just really made a mess of the episode, my keeping the hammer when I shouldn't have kept the hammer. So I had to get rid of that. The only way I could sort of figure out to make it right was to actually start episode 6 just over again from the start. So the 24 of you that did watch that, I do apologise. As far as this episode went, thank you so much for watching. Thanks for the subscriptions, thanks for the likes, thanks for the dislikes. By all means, pile some dislikes in, because I made a right balls of it having to do it twice. And thank you for all the help and support and all the input. It really is much appreciated. Even though this is my second go at episode 6, I may have made a mistake. I seem to be on a bit of a mistake frenzy at the moment. So if you have spotted something, please let me know and I will try and fix it. Hopefully I won't have to redo the whole episode again like I've just had to do with this one. Other than that, anybody who's been across to Board Game Links, thank you so much for going over there and watching the videos. Anybody who's been to BGG to thumb up the video threads there or make a comment, thank you very much. Anybody who's commented anywhere, thank you. It is much appreciated. So, what next? It'll be episode 7. Hopefully I'll be able to get my act together and we will have fewer problems than we had in this one. But until then, this is me, Catweazle, signing off. Toodaloo.